Hey y'all, so today I want to do a style tutorial for lock knots. Hi there naturalistas, and welcome to Ahead of My Hair. Ahead of my hair, ahead of my hair, ahead of my hair.
And in 5, 4, 3, 2.
So I know that there are some other video tutorials out there about lock knots. I just wanted to make sure and add my 2 cents to the bucket, I guess. And also I do a version of lock knots that actually does not use rubber bands or any kind of elastic bands or anything. So I did want to give that option also. I know some people also just use the lock knots as a way to get the curls in their hair, and I actually use them for styling purposes too. So I actually go out of the house with my hair in the lock knots, and for that reason I don't like to use the rubber bands because it makes it look a little bit more like crafty and as if it's just a transition style versus an actual style that you're going out with. So that's why I don't use the rubber bands. Plus it's a lot quicker and easier if you don't use the rubber bands. Excuse that like dog noises going on out there. Hopefully it doesn't distract too much. But yeah, so I'm going to take a couple of these down and just demonstrate how exactly I achieve my lock knots. I'll actually show you the process of taking it down so that you'll see. I just like get it and pull it gently like that. If it takes a little bit more than a gentle pull, I'll unravel it there, but otherwise I just like, yeah, get it. But I've only had this up for a little while, so it doesn't really have much curl yet, but I of course wash it first. You need to do it while it's damp so that it will retain the curl once you take it down. I actually washed it yesterday and then just gave it a good retwist, and then what you do is you take the center of your hair. Well, that's what I take. I take whatever length I decide that I want it. So I want this one to be about right here as far as length. And I'm just going to stick my finger there and pull it, the bottom part up over that finger. And then I'll proceed to twist my hair up itself until I get to the top. And sometimes, like now, I think I'm going to have to adjust the size so that it will be enough left over to come all the way back down. You just do that by holding that circle there and pulling it up just a little bit. So once you get to the top, you just wrap it back around and start to come down with that twirl. And your finger is still there in that loop that you made. So you just come down. And once you get to the bottom, you have this little piece left, and you have your thumb left, your index finger left there. So you're just going to stick this piece inside of that hole that you left. Stick it through and then gently pull it close. So as you can see, because you stuck it through that hole, there's a little bit of straight piece down there, so it looks more natural when you have it like this versus when you put the rubber bands on. It kind of has blunted ends, so this looks more like, oh, she just has a shorter haircut. So I get the question all the time, did you cut your hair when I wear this style? No, I didn't cut it. I just put it in lock knots, made it look like it's short. So it's a great cheat if you want to have some short hair for a while. So I'll actually demonstrate again. And with the front of my hair, I actually have it in 2-strand twists right now. Sometimes I do 1-strand twists, and that's just like getting the piece of hair and twisting the piece, but right now I have it in 2-strand twists. I don't know if you can see, it's in 2-strand twists, and the reason I do that is just so that the texture can match a little bit more to the back. My hair is naturally 2 tones. I don't know if you can really see it in this light, but part of it is brown and part of it is like a darker brown / black, so it can sometimes look a little weird as far as coloring goes. So I want to like try to match the front and back as much as possible, and I have done that this time with the 2-strand twist. Sometimes I do like flat twists. Just depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll put it in the lock knots and then put a hat over the back and then keep the front froed out. And it just makes the back more manageable to be in the lock knots. Okay, so again, like I said, you figure out the length that you want. You put your finger there and then you twist it up. And then once you get to the top, you just come all the way back down, continuing to twist. Sometimes that other hair is getting in the way. Then once you have reached the bottom, you're going to take that strand and put it through that hole that you put your index finger through for a marker. You just slide it through there and gently pull it shut. So you see that you have that natural end, and there you have it. A lock knot style tutorial. Thanks, y'all. Oh, don't forget to tune in next week to Ahead of My Hair every Thursday. And also subscribe if you like my videos. Thanks. Bye. The night crackled. Everything had turned to static electricity in the heat. I combed my hair to watch the sparks fly from the ends. Janet Fitch from White Oleander.